do we all taste food in the same way? When I taste a strawberry, does it taste exactly the same as when you taste it? Well, chances are probably not. Some people have a heightened sense of taste and a higher sensitivity to the 5 flavours we know as salty, sour, sweet, bitter and umami. Those people are known as supertasters. Supertasters have a super sense of taste but are particularly sensitive to bitter substances. They can have double the amount of taste buds as the average person. Each taste bud is composed of 50 to 150 taste receptor cells. Taste buds are located on either side of the papillae, those little bumps that cover the surface of the tongue. When it comes to supertasters, we're interested in the papillae at the front of the tongue called fungiform papillae. They get this name because when you magnify them, they look a little like mushrooms. Supertasters have smaller and more tightly packed fungiform papillae, so they're more sensitive to taste. And it's not just taste. Because these taste buds respond to other physical stimulations, supertasters are generally more sensitive to pain. To find out whether or not you're a supertaster, there's a simple test which you can perform. On the internet, you can buy packs of strips impregnated with a chemical which supertasters find really bitter. This chemical is called PTC, or phenylthiocarbamide, which contains a thiourea group and a phenyl ring. Only a tiny amount of PTC is contained in these strips, as in larger quantities it's highly toxic. If you pop one of these in your mouth, within a few seconds you'll find out if you're a supertaster. If you taste a bitter compound really quickly, then you are. If you detect a hint of bitterness, then you're a moderate taster, and if this just tastes like paper to you, then you're a non-taster. As a rough estimate, about 1/4 of the population are supertasters, another 1/4 are non-tasters, and half are moderate tasters. But taste sensitivity varies. Women are more likely to be supertasters than men, and so are people from Asia, Africa and South America. This test works really well with a group of people, as you can get them to pop the tasting strip in their mouths at the same time and note their responses. The test was discovered by accident. In 1931, a chemist at DuPont accidentally released a fine cloud of PTC whilst he was trying to put it in a bottle. One of his co-workers complained of the bitter taste whilst he was much closer and didn't taste a thing. In a health and safety officer's worst nightmare, they checked their findings by tasting some more. The ability to taste PTC is conveyed by a single gene called TAS2R38 that codes for a taste receptor on the tongue. It's a genetically inherited trait, much like blood type and eye colour, and is dominant, which means only one of your parents has to have the super tasting gene to pass it on to you. Another chemical which tastes bitter to supertasters, but not to others, is a chemical called 6N-propylthiouracil, or PROP for short. PTC and PROP are chemically similar to compounds found in green vegetables like kale and broccoli. So if you really don't like the taste of Brussels sprouts, it might be that they taste a lot worse to you than they do for most, and that's a pretty good excuse not to eat them. Go ahead and try the test, and for more edible experiments and the chemistry behind certain foods, check out my other videos and demo sheets. Oh.